What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It's Daniel with VintageMagic.com, and I hope you guys had a good weekend. I wanted to go over kind of my thoughts in this video about Modern Masters 2017. As you guys might have already seen, Wizards released some package art, kind of a teaser. They had, I believe, 4 characters that they will be reprinting, and there's a new guy, kind of a male mage dude, and I think the assumption in the community is that that's going to be the Snapcaster Mage reprint that we've all been finally expecting. There's also a suggestion that Lily on the Veil may be reprinted or may not. They haven't released any art. That might kind of be that big teaser that will kind of be that finale, so I think that'd be kind of cool too. But I want you guys to kind of caution here. I think, other Rudy from Alpha Investments, some other people have mentioned this before, but I'm just going to tell you that I want you to have a lot of caution when buying into this set, to this box. Now, just first off, if you're going to go out there and just draft, have some fun, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about don't buy the box to have, play some Magic. That's not it. What I'm talking about is people that are investing using working money to hopefully have gains for profit in the future. And so this is not going to be the box to do it. In fact, I'm pretty pessimistic about all new Magic boxes moving forward. We've kind of gone through that in the past, but I'm going to review again why and why this box, Modern Masters 2017, is absolutely do not buy multiple boxes of, thinking you're going to double, triple up. One of the analogies I'll give to you in real life is like the real estate market or even a stock market. A lot of times we use numbers from the past. A lot of investors look at the past and they think that, oh, well, because it happened in the past, that means the multiplier is going to happen again. Wrong. That is not the case. That happens in real estate. People always try to sell you and say, well, hey, back in the 40s and 50s or 70s, whatever, the prices of real estate was much lower. And look at the crazy evaluations you get today. Look at that multiplier. That means your little $300,000 house is going to be like $2 million one day, right? No, absolutely no. No, do not think that way. That is the mentality of a person that's going to lose money. And the question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to lose money? Do you really want to lose money? Because if you want to lose money, go ahead and buy that stuff, because that's just not going to work. So when it comes to Magic investing, do not buy Modern Masters 2017 in large quantities of any kind, not referring to people that just want to play the game. I'm talking about people that want to invest in the boxes. Another reason why is Wizards just has lost everybody's consumer confidence that's a major investor of any kind. People aren't excited about it as an investor. Dealers and collectors and investors that I've worked with over the years, they're just like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're just going to reprint the boxes over and over again. They're going to, possibly say, hey, we have some more boxes in Christmas time. We forgot to share with everybody, just like Eternal Masters reprint number 2 last year in November. No, absolutely not. I am not going to put my working capital into a product that they're just going to go out and reprint over and over and over again. They have produced no confidence into the marketplace, the secondary marketplace. They obviously care about the secondary marketplace, but what they did there was literally shattered all of those investors. And what that does, and I think players will probably just celebrate and be like, well, that means things are going to be more accessible and all that stuff. Sure, I understand that. But what that does, though, is for Wizards, is they actually lose out in tons of money. I really don't even know how to explain the millions I'm sure they would have gotten from the fact that investors would have bought into more boxes and they had more product. And to be honest with you, if they're going to produce a product like Eternal Masters and say they're going to stop the presses and there's not going to be another wave, whatever, and they go off and do it in November. I mean, what they did basically was tell you guys, hey, we're lying to you, or we're not kind of not lying to you. We're saying, hey, this was very popular. We want to have a Christmas special or a holiday special, and it just happened to be somewhere in our basement, in our headquarters, or wherever it's stored, and it just happens. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. So if you're investing in these things, do not buy into products that people change their minds. I mean, it's absolutely produces that one thing in stock market too. It's volatility. I mean, when you have no control and you have no idea what you're getting into, you're absolutely in the dark. You're going to get screwed. The prices are going to go up and down so sharp that you're going to lose so much money, so much percentage points, you just never really know. Now the question is, well, hey Dan, why don't I just wait until the bottom hits? The bottom hits. I mean, well, the thing is, when is the bottom? When is the bottom to this thing? I think, Eternal Masters boxes are, went down to like 140, 150-ish, and then went back to now, that was the panic selling. Now it's at 200 or so, maybe 190. But it's kind of like, when does the bottom hit? And I'm going to tell you right off the bat that the bottom doesn't hit ever for these new boxes. Ever. They will never hit. Ever, ever. The reason why is because you're just going to produce Modern Masters 2019, whatever, Eternal Masters 3, 4, 5, whatever. It doesn't really matter what they produce because they're going to use similar art or different art just to wow everybody like magic. Like, wow, there's new art. Let's buy into another Force of Will that comes out. Let's buy into another Snapcaster Mage comes out. I mean, it's absolutely, there's no guarantee whatsoever that they're not going to keep printing and printing again. So obviously Wizards and Hasbro are into the idea of making money. Obviously, if you're a secondary market investor though, you have to look at it as, I need to make money in areas that I can control, and have information of control. That's the problem. When you invest in the stock market, do you have control of the prices of General Electric or Facebook? You have no idea. You have no idea what they're going to do because first off, we don't have enough money to really impact the market. The other thing is we're not part of that community and knowledgeable of it. So the question is, you have to ask yourself as an investor, do you have the information? Do you understand the market depth like Rudy uses? use his line. Do you understand where it's at? Do you really know? Or are you just in the dark? And that's the thing with why I'm going to tell you where you should put your money on. And we'll go over this in very large detail over the course of this year, is older vintage and reserve list type of items, items that are collectible. People that actually are not just playing the game, but want 4 of these things or multiple copies of certain cards because they just love and collect them. And those are the things that hold true into your heart. And some people will be like, well, Dan, this is a game. That's why investors should just stay away from this thing. You're right. You're absolutely right. Investors should stay away from the new stuff always. I'm telling you, it is so dangerous. It's a waste of money. But the old stuff, the vintage stuff, the eternal stuff has a lot of room for investment long term. And I think one of the things you can do the parallel of comic books, you can look at toys, anything. Even Legos. Legos are toys. If you got the first edition Legos, first edition Millennial Falcon, Lego, first edition Transformer, whatever it is, you're going to see, you just type it in eBay, whatever you want. The prices are ridiculous high because those are the first. Those are the original print, or I call the OG, the original print. Now, one thing I would say is that if you're going to put money into older boxes, put them into the original print, like original Innistrad boxes where Snapcaster Mage came out. Buy that. The reason why I think that is worth something is eventually people will realize that, hey, that was the first print. That little symbol of the little Innistrad symbol, that was it. That was the first. If you're looking at Jace the Mind Sculptor, buy the Worldwide box. Worldwide was the first print. You can buy all the vault, boxes, and Wizards is going to keep printing that stuff anyway in special editions. It doesn't matter. The first print has a special nostalgia and a kind of a pimp value. If you're making a deck, think about this. Think about this as a player. If you're making a deck, what would you rather have? Would you rather have alpha basic lands and an original World Wake foil Jace, or would you rather have from the vault foil Jace, or like a regular basic land from another set, or a full art land? I mean, obviously the alpha lands are more expensive, but if you're trying to really pimp your deck, and the Eternal players really understand this, they're going to want to have the original print. So that's a whole nother topic. But that's the whole problem with this whole thing, is that the Modern Masters 2017, there's nothing original to it. I mean, what is this? This is the third edition, guys. This is the third running of Modern Masters. Third running. Now, Rudy from Alpha Investments said that he has a theory that Wizards is trying to get rid of Modern Masters, and they're just trying to end it and stuff. I personally do not feel that that's the case. I think what they're doing is they are trying to do a different marketing schema here and release it in a very special way, a different way than before. There was just all these leaks before. There was all these speculations of, just different ways they've done it. I think they're going to go with the social media route. They're going to give people different cards, to release. I think that's going to happen, but I don't think that they're going to end Modern Masters. It's just too profitable. Wizards needs these special sets to help dealers sell additional singles, because the singles allow players to kind of have a fresh take on things. And that's why you see so much different art, like the Force of Will, Eternal Masters art came out, the Sword of Fire and Ice over the years. Now you have the Snapcaster Mage potentially coming out. You have to have a mix. If you don't freshen it up, you're not going to be able to, modernize and go with the times. And also, Wizards is going for like a storyline here. I think a few years ago, they announced that they want to do like a movie and such. So I think a lot of their art is now digital. They're pushing towards that, and I think it's really towards that storyline, and that they could potentially use for more electronic type of things, possibly a movie, or like an e-reader or something. Just different things, different graphical things they can use. So you have to keep it fresh, and that's what Modern Masters is. Look, I think what's going to be really intriguing, I don't think people have really talked about this, is actually this Masterpiece Edition version. Now, the question is, are they going to release Masterpiece Edition in special sets? Who knows? The thing is, that's what I don't understand, is that you have Crucible Worlds, you had, Mox Opal, you had all these amazing Kaladesh invention cards, and the Aether Revolt came out with a slew of artifact invention cards. What is Modern Masters? The real question is, what is Modern Masters 2017 going to bring for Masterpiece cards? Are they going to actually have the Masterpiece cards and say, well, no. We're not going to have Masterpiece cards for Modern Masters, or for those commemorative sets? Or are they going to say, yes, we are? And then what are they going to do? Because so far, what I'm seeing the trend is it's based on a color, or it's based on a specific type of thing. Or what they're going to do is, are they going to reprint? And this is what I personally think. Are they going to reprint the art for Mox Opal and some of the ones in Kaladesh and Aether Revolt that are modern cards, and are they going to reprint those and maybe change the border or something? I don't think they're going to change the art, because Mox Opal is pretty new. But are they going to change the border? Are they going to make it more like a special Eternal Masters? So you have artifacts, you got, I think my guess is that Snapcaster Mage is going to be a Masterpiece card. That is my money. If Snapcaster Mage is a Masterpiece card, that would just, again, all it's going to do is be that, that lottery card once again. So I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to do a run of Masterpiece Edition cards They're gonna use the mythics and kind of like what you saw in like some of the newer boxes now that just came out. There's gonna be a lot more mythic rares, and they're gonna come more frequent. And the masterpiece is that the highest parallel, that will be the chase, like Snapcaster Mage, possibly Liliana. And so what you're doing is you have all the colors. You have the blue, some black, green. Maybe don't do Turmaglyph again in a masterpiece frame. That's what I'm guessing. That's my take. But look, in all summary, do not buy it if you're an investor. If you're a collector and you want to have some cool foils, you want to have some cool cards for your decks as a player, fine, that's great. But I'm telling you, it is dead money all the way. All right, guys, leave your comments below. I want to hear about it. Do you think my theory is right? Do you think there'll be masterpiece additions for the Snap and all the other cards? Let me know. We'll see we're right here in a few weeks. Later.